Visit us online at brickcity.com.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. It's a nice day. It's getting close to the end of the school year. I know not quite yet. If you're in school, it's not close enough, right? But I can remember this time of year so well. You know what it reminds me of, Robin?
What's that?
Moving.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we'd always move. Like, whenever we moved, we didn't move a lot. I don't want to make it seem like that. But when we did move, it was always like during the summer break, right?
Yeah.
And I can remember that Mayflower truck. I can remember the big Mayflower truck. Melissa Sullivan is on the phone. Melissa is with Mayflower. She is Mayflower's moving maven. Is that right? Wow.
Yep.
She's the director of marketing communications for Mayflower, and she's talking to us about a study that Mayflower did. And it's showing the latest trends in how and where millennials are moving to. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Melissa Sullivan. Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
I am in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, St. Louis. Have you moved a lot in your life? Have you moved around a lot?
I've moved a few times. I've actually made a vacation move, which is something we're finding a lot of millennials do.
What is that? What's a vacation move?
So it's when someone moves to a new city with no plans to stay there long term. They go there with a timeline in mind to leave.
You did that? Where did you leave?
I did.
Did you leave?
I did. So I went. It's something that we find a lot of people in their 20s doing, which is exactly what I did. I'm from the Midwest, and I moved out to the West Coast for a couple of years for a job. And when it came time to settle down, buy a house, start a family, I wanted to be back home in the Midwest.
Oh, so that's smart.
I did a vacation move.
So West Coast meaning L.A.?
No, I was actually in Nevada and San Francisco, Las Vegas.
Okay.
So out that direction.
So does this mean that when people do vacation moves that you kind of limit the stuff that you buy to outfit your temporary dwelling?
You know, I think a lot of millennials who are making these types of moves are limiting the number of possessions that they have. By and large, they don't own homes yet, and so as renters, they're not buying as much stuff to fill their homes with, and they're younger, so they don't have as many possessions yet. And we find, as a generation, millennials tend to value experiences over possessions. So I think it is fair to say that when they're making these vacation movers, they have fewer possessions to move.
Well, that sounds fun. I'm not even close to your age. I'm way older, but that sounds like something I would like to do. But speaking of possessions, I mean, there are certain things we have. For example, if you're a piano player, you might want to bring your piano. They're huge. You can't put them in your car.
Right.
So, I mean, do you have that? I mean, do you have a millennial or anybody really calling up Mayflower and saying, I'm gonna live 2 years in San Diego. I'm gonna bring my piano with me. Do you have people just moving one piece of furniture or one thing like that?
Sure. That is more common, that we're seeing people that have a valued possession that they want to take with them, but they don't have, they're not filling an entire 53-foot trailer. And just like a lot of companies, Mayflower is looking at this generation of millennials and their habits and changing our business practices to better serve their needs.
Oh, wow.
So Mayflower is able to go into their homes and actually pack things up for them and put them on the truck?
Exactly. We have different ways that we're making these things easier for millennials who may not have as much stuff. A lot of people may think of, I don't need a big truck. I don't have as much stuff. But we're finding ways to help people that have smaller moves and move them more efficiently, because it is a trend that we're keeping an eye on.
So I'm trying to picture this. So do you have lots of people using like one of those big trucks, or do you just have smaller trucks?
We have a little bit of both. So we have the big trucks, we have smaller trucks, containerization is a big trend in our business right now. So a lot of people, if they don't have that much stuff, they like the idea of locking their belongings into a vault. And then those get put on a truck and taken to their new location, and then the customer can see that unlocked and have the stuff come out at the other end. It's something that a lot of our millennial customers are looking to.
Oh, wow. And I was hinting that this time of year, or a little bit later, maybe a month or two from now, is when, as a kid, I can remember always moving at the early part of summer. Are you entering a busy time of year for your business?
Absolutely. So from about May to early August is what we call our peak season, and it is definitely the busiest time of year for moving. For the reason you said, kids are out of school, and that's the time for families to pick up and move.
Are there more females or males moving when they're single?
So in terms of vacation moves, we found that it's more common for men to make vacation moves than women. And we couldn't really find a reason behind that, but more men do tell us that they're making these kind of temporary moves.
I might have an answer. Do you go overseas?
We do.
You do? Okay,
Wow,
well, that blows
nice.
my answer out of the water. I was thinking because it seems like women all want to go to Europe. They want to go to Italy and Paris.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And men just want to go, like, to Nevada, basically.
Well, that's an interesting theory. Maybe we'll have to put that on our list of questions. Here's somebody.
Have you found that when the singles are making these vacation moves that they might find a partner and then they get married and then they still continue on with their vacation moves?
It's not a vacation anymore.
Absolutely. I think, plans change, certainly, but they may find that they stay longer in their vacation city because they've met a partner, or maybe the city that they move to next, it's a place that they didn't expect to go, or maybe they found a partner sooner than they thought they would, and so they moved to their permanent city sooner. But what we find is these vacation movers, they all want to settle down eventually. 90% of them told us, we plan to find a city to settle down in, and we want to buy a house when we get there. It's just that this generation has more flexibility because they're delaying life events like buying a house and starting a family. It opens up their 20s to follow experiences and adventure before they have those big responsibilities.
I was watching an interview with Ashton Kutcher. Is that the actor's name? Ashton Kutcher? I can't remember where he was from, someplace in the Midwest. And he said when he was younger, he couldn't wait to get out of town. But now that he's older, he wants to move back to that town. I think it was in Utah. I'm not sure. But I'm guessing that what you told us about your own move, Melissa, is probably not so unusual.
Oh, absolutely. And, I wouldn't say a bad thing about, the places that I lived when I was younger, and I think a lot of people do choose to settle down there. But I think when it comes time to raise your own family, I think a lot of people like to look at giving their children the same kind of upbringing that they had. And in addition to that, we found that people are really driven by secure job markets and affordable housing. And you have to have those two things to find a permanent place to settle.
Can we go to Mayflower to find out what the best cities are for people to move to if we are really not sure but we want to have an adventure?
Absolutely. So we have a list on our website, mayflower.com, of the top cities where we moved millennials to in 2016. So a lot of them aren't surprising. A lot of big coastal cities, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Seattle, all topped our list. And then you're seeing other cities that are really making an effort to attract millennials that might be a little more affordable, cities like Dallas or Denver, Houston, Atlanta. So lots of interesting insights available on our website.
You've given us a lot of inspirational thoughts. Right now my mind is thinking about, see, I haven't moved in 10 years. This is, it's usually every 10 years I find myself, finding a place to live again.
I think it's time.
Melissa, thank you for being on the air with us. Do you want to leave us with a website?
Yes, Mayflower.com is where you can find all the information about our study.
It's easy enough. I love your logo, by the way, Mayflower's logo. Melissa Sullivan, thank you for the moving maven. That's awesome. How'd that happen? How did you become a moving maven? Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you.
We'll take a little break.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly